what you're really here for, because we don't really care about replacing factory parts. That sucks. Here we are. We're getting ready to attempt a lift. That should be fun. Okay, the lift that we've got is a rough country 1.5 to 2 inch lift and leveling kit, okay? It's going to replace all the shocks. And here's how the lift's gonna work. This truck, this is a 2001 Chevy Silverado, is a torsion key front suspension. Torsion key is right there. You can kind of see it. This kit replaces the torsion key with a key that actually lifts this up pretty good distance. And then out back, what we're gonna have is blocks. It's gonna replace that right there. It's gonna give it a little more lift. And then it comes with shocks. It's awesome. One reason I went with this lift is because I was planning on replacing the shocks anyway. And the shocks were $20 less is all. So why not get a little bit of lift? I was already replacing front suspension parts, so it didn't matter. I mean, I was gonna have to have it in alignment anyway. So let's just lift it while we're here. All right, I'm gonna put this, I wanna show you all a few key things about this. I'm not gonna film all of it, but I'm gonna kind of give you an idea of how this works exactly. It's not a super complicated job. It can be a little difficult if your torsion keys are seized up. That's the only part that really makes this difficult. The lift kit that I got comes with all new U-bolts and everything for the back. So if you have trouble getting your U-bolts off, cut them, right? Because it comes with brand new ones anyway. So the biggest problem you have is if you have a seized up torsion key. Anyway, we'll see how this one goes. All right, guys, first thing we got to do, we got to take that bolt out right there. What that bolt does is that kind of sets your height with factory torsion keys. This is an adjuster. It'll set a height, it'll adjust your height quite a bit, but it's not enough to actually level the truck out. That's the first thing you're gonna do. Next, you grab this little tool right here, this critter, and it will go on here and it'll push that torsion key up. Once you get that torsion key pushed up, you have this piece which slides across, okay? That'll slide out and then your torsion key will come all the way down. Then your torsion bar should slide forward and you can get this key off. We'll see how that actually goes here in a minute, but that's how it's supposed to work. All right, guys, your adjuster bolt is a 19 millimeter. Take it all the way out. On my truck, it's rusted to the point where I can kind of see where that adjustment bolt went into. But you do need to keep track of that. Use like a marker of some type, or you can use spray paint or whatever you need to use to get that, okay? On this is the OEM Tools torsion key tool, right? It is a 26 millimeter. There is a notch on the top of your frame rail, or on the top of this cross member right here, where it has a little nub that goes in that, and then the bottom will screw in. You have a little indentation in your torsion key, okay? Then we're going to tighten this rear up like that, and then that piece I was telling you about a minute ago slide right out. See, that's it. Then you loosen this torsion key tool back off. Now your torsion key is free. Hopefully, I don't have to do too much persuasion to get this thing to work. Looks like it's going to require persuasion. Hit it! Hit it hard! Folks, that's how you get them out. We had to use a little bit of heat. Let it drop, Biff. We had to use a little bit of heat. An indispensable tool in the shop is that little critter right there. Had to use a little bit of heat and persuasion, but they're out. All right. Okay, where's those other keys, Jesse?
I'm behind you on the lift.
All right. Okay. All right, we're gonna put these keys in and it helped me put them in the right way. Check that out. All right, they'll go in like that right there. And then when we set that torsion, it'll raise the front end of this truck. It's gonna be awesome, guys. Watch this. Sorry. Bad camera operation, I'm idiot. Anyways. Let this back down on top of it. There it is. Then you take this bolt, run it back into the level of that, guys. Guys, gals, and whoever else is watching. All right, I've got the torsion keys done. The next thing I'm going to do before I drop this rear end, I'm gonna change the shocks. Do you guys know how to change shocks? I don't have to film this, right? All right, guys, next step in this lift is the rear blocks. All of this, the entirety of this lift can be done by you at home in your driveway. You don't have to have any kind of like super special tools. You don't have to have a lift. You don't have to have any of that, right? Thankfully, I have use of my friend's shop and I can use this lift. It makes it easier, but it does not, I mean, it's possible otherwise. You know, you don't have to have it. Okay, what we're gonna do here, you're gonna take out those 4 bolts on both sides. They are 21 millimeter. You get it on both sides, and then you're gonna put that axle down on those jack stands. What I'm gonna do here in a minute is once I have these unbolted, I'm gonna raise this truck up a couple of inches on the lift, slide these blocks in, put the new U-bolts on, it's gonna be done. Like I said, all of this can be done in your driveway with a regular jack and jack stands. Just make sure you're being safe. Make sure you're chalking your wheels properly. Make sure you're using jack stands. Don't ever get under a vehicle without jack stands. I have a history in EMS. I worked in EMS for a long time, and I've worked too many situations where people were very seriously injured or killed by just not being careful, you know. We got to be careful, be safe. Anyway, I'm gonna film this, show you what we got going on.
Got a bucket of bolts, a pile of dreams. She's a four-wheel puzzle, or so it seems. More rust than paint, a glorious sight. Gonna get her running before the night. Oh, the knuckles are bleeding and the oil's on my shoes. Got these old truck revival blues. But when that engine turns and starts to roar, I ain't asking for nothing more. The radio's busted, the driver's seat's torn. Been sitting in that driveway since I was born. The neighbors all laugh, say I'm wasting my time. But they don't see the beauty, this treasure of mine. Oh, the knuckles are bleeding and the oil's on my shoes. Got these old truck revival blues. But when that engine turns and starts to roar, I ain't asking for nothing more. Yeah, I ain't asking for nothing more, nothing more. Oh, the knuckles are bleeding and the oil's on my shoes. Got these old truck revival blues. But when that engine turns and starts to roar, I ain't asking for nothing more. The radio's busted, the driver's seat's torn. Been sitting in that driveway since I was born. The neighbors all laugh, say I'm wasting my time. But they don't see the beauty, this treasure of mine. Oh, the knuckles are bleeding and the oil's on my shoes. Got these old truck revival blues. But when that engine turns and starts to roar, I ain't asking for nothing more. Yeah, I ain't asking for nothing more, nothing more.
Hey guys, it's Adam. I'm out here at the shop today, and last you guys saw, we were working on the truck. It's about, I don't know, 5 o'clock tonight, something like that, on Sunday. We finished the truck up at about 3 o'clock this morning, so I was beyond the point of filming at that point. So plus you wouldn't be able to see it anyway. The truck is lifted. The truck has the new brake lines, and the truck has all new front suspension components. I got what I remembered to get and all that, but let you guys see it. It looks really good, y'all. It turned out a lot better than I thought it would. I mean, I know it's nice, and I like the lift or whatever, but I didn't really realize it was going to turn out looking that good. Obviously the truck's kind of just ratty because it's an old truck, it's an old work truck, but the lift made it look awesome. Anyway, we are going to do a few more things to it here and there. It'll be a constant on the channel. It's just my work truck, and I like to tinker on stuff, so I gotta throw the lift, the hitch back on, and I forgot to put the hitch back on, but that's okay. We'll get there. Upcoming things I'm wanting to do to it. I want to put a different rear bumper on it, and there is a company called Move Bumpers, and they make bumpers you can build yourself, and they make a really sweet looking front bumper for this. So I'm wanting to get the move bumper and put on the front of it, and do new headlights and just a few things to update the looks of it. We're gonna do some exhaust work to it, probably do some headers, get it tuned, just, you know, make it a nice running little shop truck. Anyway, so what it looks like after it's all said and done, it turned out great.